do you think there's an element of people going into this thinking it's going to be one? You mentioned that you'd watched it with your friend and that you had a very different reaction. And do you think that people maybe go into this and go, it's a robot film and it's got Alicia Vikander in it and she's lovely and look, there's Oscar Isaac, he's a cool guy. And then at the end of it, they're just a bit like, well, okay, I don't really understand how to feel after that.
Yeah, maybe.
Which can leave people a little conflicted in terms of the way they think about a film.
Yeah, potentially. I think you could probably do that with any movie, couldn't you? But I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I wouldn't say that the people that go into the cinema and they walk out and they're like, yeah, that was sick. So what? They've enjoyed the movie, they've seen a great movie. I don't think you necessarily need to go into every detail and unpick. No. But I guess, do we ruin films by doing this, do you feel like? Because it makes me like them more. Whereas, do you remember when you were in school and in English Lit, you do like I remember, doing To Kill a Mockingbird, which was one of my favorite books. And I was like, oh, well, brilliant, this is going to ruin this book for me. And it always did, picking them apart in school, you hated the prose afterwards.
Oh, no, I disagree. I think those things have always made stuff more enjoyable for me.
Really? I mean, this makes me like the films more.
Especially when I was at film school. At film school, every Friday our Fridays were basically, we would just watch a film. Unless we had shoots or something. And we would be given a film to watch and we would watch it. And invariably, there was occasions where you would watch a film and go, okay, I can see why they have picked to show us this, and it is brilliant. But oftentimes, you would come out of it going, what the fuck was that? And on a Monday, we would have, the whole morning would be just going through this film and dissecting it with a tutor and, and more often than not, you would come out of that Monday morning session going, I think that might be the best film I've ever seen. And then it would happen again every week. And there was a couple of films that I still left and went, nah, it's terrible. But
Name and shame. Name and shame.
No, I'm not going to name and shame. But so I've always enjoyed, and the first thing I do when I watch a film is I will go online and I will read the trivia section on IMDb. I will read anything about the production.
Yeah.
I'll read I want to know what all the Easter eggs are. I want
to know all the goofs.
So I've always got an enjoyment for that. I mean, I'm a kid that was sitting at home when I was a kid watching fucking DVD commentaries and stuff. So I'm a nerd for all that stuff.
Do you know what was one of the best DVD commentaries I ever watched was The Goonies?
Oh, I bet that's quite good, actually.
Yeah, they brought them back as adults.
Oh, that sounds good.
It was my favourite film as a kid, so that was great for me. Although Sean Astin leaves halfway through, and I think he had another appointment.
Right.
He was like, I don't need to sit through this commentary from the 80s. And that was a bummer, because I love Sean Astin. But, yeah, I would do the same thing. But in school, it made them worse.
Wow.
Whereas now I'm I love when we go through films, because I'm oh yeah, shit, this was great.
It's like you said, I think you said to me the other day, there have been films we've done on the podcast where I've watched it and not really liked it, and then I've spoken to you and liked the film more as a result.
Yeah.
Or had my opinion changed on the film.
But I think that's more of a commentary on the fact that you can sway me, and I think I sway you. When we talk about films, I think that we're both yeah, you're right. I didn't think about it that way, and it does.
I mean, we won't spoil because we probably talk about it at some point, and it's probably already out by the time you're listening to this episode. But you kind of just did it to me a little bit with Barbie.
Oh, did I?
A little bit, just because there were certain things that I was not that. They weren't anything that it didn't make me think differently about the film in terms of they were probably things I noticed at the time.
Yeah.
But once leaving the cinema, I'd just sort of forgotten about it.
Right.
And then you reminding me, I was oh yeah, that bit was a bit weird, wasn't it? And that bit,
It's just, I mean, look, I guess that's what we're trying to say, right? Is that people will watch and have an impression of a film in a totally different way to the person next to them. And I think that's the beauty of film, because you're watching it's the exact same input and a very different output.
And I also think it really also depends at what point, like there's so much context to it in terms of where you are emotionally when you see a film, at what point in your life you see a film. Ex Machina resonated more for me this time than it ever has done.
Really?
Yeah. Just that scene. I was talking about the scene where Alicia Vikander looks at herself for the first time.
Yeah.
And it's the person she always wants. That clicked with me more.
Yeah.
This time. With still that sort of slight weird robotic edge.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? It's incredibly human themes, imprisonment and manipulation, identity, that. But then you keep kind of pinching yourself it's a robot, it may as well be a lamp.
But a lamp that looks like Elizabeth Vikander.
Hot damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lamp.
Yeah.
Everyone wants it.
You would look after that lamp.